Hey, what's up everybody? This is Randy with OnePlus Fans, and today I'm going to do a demonstration of the speed and the memory capabilities of the OnePlus 6 running on Android Pie. Alright y'all, thanks for tuning in. I do have this OnePlus 6, which is currently the most recent OnePlus. We do have another OnePlus that's coming out in a couple of weeks actually. I'll be at the launch. I'm pretty excited about that. Well, my plans are to be at the launch. I'm pretty excited about that. But this phone can handle so much and it has such great speed. I've not seen any lag. I've got the most recent updates on it. And I just basically wanted to show you guys what it can handle. So the goal of this is to basically launch all of these programs and then go back through and run them again and see which ones are still in memory. And you're going to be surprised. And I encourage you to go and try this with your own phone and see what kind of results you get. So, all right, so I'm just going to launch a few things. Now, this first time through, I need to let them load. So if they've got a web page coming up or, a pop-up or something like that, I want to go ahead and dismiss it. Yes, a picture of a picture. Airbnb is going to take a little bit because it's kind of web-based. There's my calendar. There's the phone, Candy Crush. Notice it said that game mode is turned on. Pretty cool feature, the game mode here. All right, so Google Drive, Feedly, which is basically an RSS feeder for news. XDA developer, all right, not logged in. Well, sorry, my workout app. This app's pretty interesting because it doesn't like to run in the background, so we'll see what it does. Okay, so we have Slack, and I recently was selected to be in the OnePlus community. Let me go ahead, and unlock that with unlock. It's the OnePlus Ambassadors. I don't know if it's called Club Program. That's what it's called. Pretty excited about that. Hopefully, we'll be at the launch. Which is coming up in just a couple weeks. Pretty excited about that too. All right, come on, T-Mobile Tuesdays. Okay, boom. There's a lot of internet content on this one. All right, let's see. Google. There we go. All right, oops, I skipped a row. Okay, so we're into the YouTubes. Hulu. Hulu might not be signed in. I haven't used it in a while. Come on, Hulu. You can do it. Let's do it. All right. This is Android messages, which I'm not using. Prime Video, I don't think I'm logged into that. Probably should have logged into some of these before this video. Come on, Prime. All right, we'll see what that does. Here's the OnePlus community, and my gallery, and then Pulse, which I am using, YouTube, Pandora. Come on, Pandora. All right, Pandora's going to start playing music. Hopefully not. We'll see. All right, Spotify. Okay, so Pandora started playing a song. Sweet action. Now, Pandora doesn't run very well in the background, so I'm not sure what Pandora's going to do. All right, so Google News. Come on, Google, you got this. You can do it. All right, let it load. Excuse me. All right, so settings. So rather than stay on the front page, I think that we should go down into something. Let's go down to About Phone, and we'll just stay right there, just to prove that it stayed in memory, or if it didn't stay in memory. And then Firefox, we'll let it load. This is the web page for Tech Rescue. All right, looks like it's loaded. Okay, so this phone has 8 gigabytes of RAM. And I've got to tell you, I've never seen it used more than about 3.5 at any time. In fact, that'd be a pretty good, oh, look at that. Settings are already reset. So let's look into memory here. All right, so right now we're using 5.4 gigabytes. That's the most I've actually seen, but I've never purposely loaded this many apps at one time. So we already know that the system settings are going to reset back to the front page. That's probably just as a convenience. Okay, so here we go. So we've loaded all these. We're going to load them back, see where we're at. and if they have to reload. Not sure about that one. It looks like we got into the memory because it looks like these are having to load. Yes, these did not stay in memory. Maybe we'll get a little farther. Okay, phone stayed in memory. Candy Crush did not stay in memory. All right, Google Drive didn't stay in memory. Feedly did not stay in memory. XDA looks like it did. Windler did not. Dang, y'all. Gmail, hard to tell. Slack did not. Shazam, maybe. Remote desktop looks like it did. Timely looks like it did. T-Mobile Tuesday. Jury's out on that one. Google was kind of already loaded anyway before. Hulu, yeah, it looks like Hulu stayed up. Messages, yes. Prime Video, not so much. OnePlus Community, looks like it did. Gallery did. Pulse did. YouTube did. Pandora never does, so I don't know, and it's going to start playing a song here in a second. Garth Brooks. All right. Spotify, Looks like News did, but News didn't really, but News already had it refreshed, so it didn't have to refresh it again. Settings did not, which we already kind of knew, and then also, wow. All right, so either did Firefox. So let's check our memory right now. Where are we at? We're at 5.5 gigs of memory. So let's see if we kill everything off. Go back to this. Still using 5.5 gigs. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reboot this, and maybe instead of doing, what is this, 25 apps, maybe, or no, 30 apps, maybe we try like 4 rows, or maybe the entire bottom and like 4 rows, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to reboot this. All right, talks amongst yourselves, and I'll fade in and out for this. All right, y'all, so we are back. Whoops. All right, y'all, so we're back. The phone is starting up. Let's check out the memory first before we do this again. And we are at 5.1 gigs. So I got to tell y'all, it looks like Android Pie, even though I've not noticed any kind of a lag, it looks like Android Pie uses more memory than other versions do of Android. So when I was on Nougat before this, I would never see that go above like 3.5. So, you know, right now we're using 5 point something, which is kind of crazy. So that's after a fresh reboot, 5.1. So rather than try the whole test again, everything's cleared. We have a fresh reboot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do like 3 rows in the bottom. So what'll that be? 15. That'll be 20 apps, which is pretty darn good. And you don't realize it, but you probably use 20 apps, you know, easy in a couple hours if you're, you know, staying pretty busy and doing your work and stuff like that. So here we go. We're going to load these up. I got a feeling that like Airbnb just pretty much doesn't stay running in the background. And then also we gotta keep in mind that Android Pie does a lot more memory tweaks and things like that. I think what I'm going to probably do is I have you know what, I'll probably have to redo this whole video because I have a program running. I forgot. I've got a ROM on here, so I need to take it off because I think that the ROM might be what's killing off everything. So we'll see. All right, so here we go on the third row, and everything's running, getting everything going, log it in, getting timely. It's pretty darn good. Wow, T-Mobile Tuesday. A lot of internet content on that guy. All right, Google, Pulse, and Tech Rescue. All right, so let's try that again. Let's start these apps up again. Okay, so Shell's still there, Chrome's still there, Camera's still there, Airbnb's still there, Business app, Calendar's there, Phone's there, Candy Crush is still there, Google Drive is still there, Feedly's there, XDA Developer's there, Windler's there, Gmail's there, Slack is there, Shazam, yeah, Shazam is there, RD Client's there, that's a RDP, Remote Desktop, Timely's there, T-Mobile is there, Google's there, Pulse is there. All right, so it looks like at about 20 apps, they all stay in memory, which is pretty dang, honestly, that's pretty dang impressive. Where are we at now on memory? We're still at 5 gigabytes. All right, so let's try a couple more. Let's do one more row. So we've got Hulu. I'm going to skip Prime Video. That's what we want to see on Hulu. I'm going to skip Prime Video. There's messages. There's community, gallery. We already did that. And we already did Firefox, Google News. So that should be, that's 5 more. I'm tempted to try Spotify. All right, so look, we've still got these are still open, which is great. Maybe we just needed to do that reboot, and maybe my ROM is not affecting. It looks like it's not affecting it, which is pretty cool. I try to keep those memory tweaks off because it ends up turning off things like Mile IQ and stuff like that need to be running all the time in the background. All right, so it looks like everything survived the latest row, skipped Prime Video, gallery, and here, and we know settings doesn't, and then Google News did. Okay, so let's try these last 3. These are going to be some pretty serious memory hogs. And I don't know about Pandora at all because Pandora's kind of weird. If you start something else, it'll quit. And let's see, YouTube. All right, YouTube. So here we go. Don't know that I need to go through every one of these, but looks like they all are staying in memory this time. All right, so it looks like all we really needed was the reboot, which is pretty freaking sweet. Even Windler, that's this app right here. Windler really doesn't like to run in memory very much. And it's annoying because I'll be at the gym. It's an app for the gym and I'll be using it. And, you know, I get busy. I do work while I'm at the gym sometimes. A lot of times I'll be the only person there. It really works for that. And I'll go off of Windler for like 15 minutes and I come back and it's, you know, I have to restart my workout and everything. So yeah, so it looks like everything stayed in memory after the reboot, which is pretty sweet. Now Spotify, yep, Spotify's there, YouTube is still there, and Pandora is there. All right, so bottom line is before the reboot, most of the stuff didn't stay in memory, but after a reboot, it all did, which is pretty impressive. That's a lot of apps. And our memory at this point, we're still at 5 gigabytes. So that's pretty cool. So I was really thinking, I was a little worried there because I didn't pre-test this test. I didn't do the demonstration beforehand. I was a little worried there after the reboot because, you know, the memory was still at 5. I was a little worried that, you know, it was going to be the same thing as before the reboot, that a lot of the apps weren't going to stay in memory, but they did. The memory use didn't go up, and gotta say, I'm pretty freaking impressed because we have 30 apps open right now and they're all running in the background. Y'all, what other phone can do this? If you guys have a, hey look, and the memory went down a little bit. If you guys have a Galaxy Note, if anybody out there has a Galaxy Note 9, I'd love for you to try this just with any 30 apps. Try to run them all and see if they all stay in memory. That was just a little what's getting used. Anyway, see if they all stay in memory. A couple other flagship phones. I'd love to hear back from you guys if stuff still stays in the memory. Let's open a few random things. Pretty impressive. I'm quite impressed, y'all. Very, 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 very impressed and kind of blown away at what happened. All right, y'all, I appreciate everybody tuning in for the video and watching it through to the end. And if you have any questions or comments, be sure to let us know down at the bottom. I am planning on being at the OnePlus 6T launch event later this month, and we'll be there. So if you're going to be there, put a comment on this video and let's try to meet. I'd love to meet you guys while I was out there. So once again, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to like this video and be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you'll get notified when we put out new videos. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night.